Another unforgettable weekend of international rugby has come and gone, and once again the sport delivered everything fans could have hoped for. There were breathtaking tries, historic records, breakout performances, and plenty of talking points that will keep supporters debating until the next round of fixtures. Across New Zealand, England, Ireland, France, and Australia, some stars strengthened their reputations while others gave fans a glimpse of an exciting future. But if there was one player who owned the weekend, it had to be Will Jordan. The All Blacks superstar produced a performance that will be remembered for many years. Wearing the famous black jersey, Will Jordan didn't simply score 3 tries. He etched his name into rugby history. His remarkable hat-trick saw him overtake the legendary Doug Howlett to become New Zealand's all-time leading test try scorer, reaching an astonishing 50 tries in just 56 international appearances. What made the achievement even more impressive was the intelligence behind every score. His opening try came from outstanding awareness as he perfectly supported the attack and finished confidently. His second showcased his incredible instinct, arriving at exactly the right moment after a powerful break from a teammate. Then came the historic moment. After patiently holding his position on the wing, Will Jordan received a perfectly timed pass from Jordie Barrett before racing over the try line untouched. As the stadium erupted in celebration, another chapter of All Blacks history had been written. As if breaking a national record wasn't enough, Will Jordan was also trusted with the captain's armband during the match. It was a fitting reward for a player who has rapidly become one of the leaders of this New Zealand side. Performances like this don't just win matches. They inspire future generations and remind the rugby world why the All Blacks remain one of the sport's greatest teams. While New Zealand celebrated a historic afternoon, England discovered another exciting talent ready to shine. Henry Pollock once again proved why so many people believe he has a huge future ahead of him. Entering the game from the bench, he immediately brought fresh energy and intensity. Every carry looked dangerous, every tackle carried purpose, and before long he had completed a sensational hat-trick that completely changed the momentum of the contest. What stood out wasn't only the 3 tries. Henry Pollock played with confidence beyond his years. He attacked space fearlessly, defended aggressively, and looked determined to influence every minute he spent on the field. Supporters have been calling for him to earn a place in England's starting 15, and after this performance those calls are becoming impossible to ignore. His rise has not happened overnight. Henry Pollock has been one of the standout performers for Northampton Saints, producing outstanding displays in crucial club matches before bringing that same confidence onto the international stage. Some young players take time to adjust to Test rugby, but Pollock seems completely comfortable under the brightest lights. If he continues improving at this rate, England could have one of the most exciting young forwards in world rugby. England's victory itself couldn't have arrived at a better time. After several disappointing defeats, pressure had been building around head coach Steve Borthwick. Questions surrounded the team's tactics, confidence, and long-term direction. Critics wondered whether England had lost their identity. Instead of allowing the pressure to overwhelm them, England responded in spectacular fashion. The team crossed the try line 11 times in one of their most convincing attacking performances in recent memory. The ball moved with greater speed, support runners appeared in all the right places, and players looked far more confident in possession. It wasn't simply about winning, it was about rediscovering belief. For Steve Borthwick, this result could prove to be a turning point. Confidence can transform a rugby team, and England now have a platform to build on as tougher challenges await later in the season. Ireland also left the weekend with plenty of reasons to smile. Making his Test debut, Sean Jansen delivered exactly the kind of performance every coach dreams of seeing from a newcomer. There were no unnecessary risks or flashy moments designed to grab headlines. Instead, he focused on doing the basics brilliantly. He carried the ball with strength, tackled relentlessly, worked tirelessly around the field, and even crossed the try line to cap off an unforgettable first appearance in green. With several experienced Irish internationals gradually approaching the latter stages of their careers, Ireland know they must prepare the next generation. Jansen showed he has both the physical ability and calm mindset needed to compete at the highest level. Performances like this earn the trust of teammates very quickly, and it would be no surprise to see him become a regular feature in Ireland's squad moving forward. Then there was France, a team that arrived under pressure but left with renewed respect. Ahead of the nation's championship fixtures, many critics questioned whether Fabien Galthiès' side could continue performing at an elite level without several of their biggest stars. Injuries and squad rotation had created doubts, but France answered every question in emphatic fashion. Playing away against Australia, Les Bleus produced one of the most complete team performances of the weekend. The creative combination of Maxime Lucu, Roman Tamak, and Mathieu Jalibert controlled the game from start to finish. Their passing was crisp, their tactical kicking was accurate, and every attacking movement carried purpose. Australia struggled to contain the relentless pressure as France repeatedly found space across the field. Adding even more excitement to the victory was debutant Aaron Grandier-Kanong, who celebrated his first Test appearance with 2 outstanding tries. It's never easy stepping into international rugby for the first time, but he looked completely comfortable throughout the contest and finished his chances with confidence. Perhaps the most frightening aspect for France's rivals is the strength of their squad. Several world-class stars weren't even available for this match. Players like Antoine Dupont, Thomas Ramos, Louis Bielbayari, and Julien Marchand were all absent. Yet France still produced rugby of the highest quality. That level of depth is exactly what championship-winning teams possess. If this performance proved anything, it's that writing off Fabien Galthiès' France is a dangerous mistake. Unfortunately for Australia, the weekend told a very different story. The Wallabies entered the match hoping to build momentum, but instead they looked short of confidence against a ruthless French side. Their attack lacked rhythm, defensive errors proved costly, and the energy that has traditionally defined Australian rugby was difficult to find. Every successful rugby nation experiences setbacks, but Australia now face an important test of character. The talent within the squad is undeniable. The commitment remains strong, but confidence appears to have slipped away. The coming weeks will reveal whether the Wallabies can quickly rediscover their identity or whether bigger challenges lie ahead. Looking back across the weekend, one theme stood out above everything else: the next generation has arrived. Will Jordan continues rewriting the All Blacks record books? Henry Pollock is rapidly becoming one of England's brightest young stars. Jansen has announced himself as another exciting option for Ireland. France continue producing outstanding talent under Fabien Galthiès, proving that their future is every bit as exciting as their present. That's exactly why international rugby remains one of the most unpredictable and entertaining sports in the world. One weekend can completely transform the conversation. One player can become a national hero. One victory can restore belief. And one unforgettable performance can change the course of an entire season. Now attention turns toward the next round of international rugby, where fresh questions are waiting to be answered. Will Jordan continue breaking records? Will Henry Pollock finally earn a place in England's starting lineup? Can Steve Borthwick's side build on this confidence? Will Jansen establish himself as Ireland's next big star? Can Fabien Galthiès' France continue dominating even before the return of Antoine Dupont and their other world-class players? And perhaps the biggest question of all, can Australia rediscover the confidence and attacking flair that once made the Wallabies one of the most feared teams in world rugby? One thing is absolutely certain. If this incredible weekend proved anything, it's that international rugby is entering another thrilling chapter. Records continue to fall. Young stars are stepping into the spotlight, and every match brings new stories that capture the imagination of fans across the globe. If the latest round of action is any indication, the biggest moments of this rugby season